Hello again, everyone. This is Bob Pompeani as we continue our series, Eye on the Majors. And this major is a special one because it's back here in Western Pennsylvania for the first time since 2016. It's the U.S. Open, and Oakmont has been the site of now 10 of these major events, the most of any golf course in the country. And there are a lot of reasons why, because it's challenging. It's difficult in every facet. You see guys out here in practice rounds. We've seen Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, last year's champion, a number of other guys, and they're all working on specific parts of this golf course. Because not only do you have to be good with driving the golf ball, keeping it in play, but also the short game, getting up and down from some treacherous bunkers, over 200 bunkers on this golf course, as well as some of the most gnarly rough you will see. This is back here for the 10th time, as I said. The first one was back in 1927. Tommy Armour won it with a score of 13 over par, believe it or not. Sam Parks, 8 years later, he was at South Hills Country Club, plus 11. The theme is that over par is a pretty good score here in Oakmont. The only time that it wasn't was in 2016 when Dustin Johnson won it at -4. I'll take you back to 1994. Three-man playoff between Ernie Els, Lauren Roberts, and Colin Montgomery. They all shot over par. 18-hole playoff the next day. Montgomery shoots +7, the other two +3. They have to play 2 extra holes. It's that difficult, that demanding. This year it will measure 7,372 yards, and it's a par 70. So even par will be a very good score. We've seen some of the best out here working all week with different strategies. Scotty Scheffler spent 6.5 hours here on a Monday and more time Tuesday and Wednesday. He was grinding all the way, checking out rough conditions, what he can do from the bunker, speed of the greens. We've seen some of these guys come with their own stimp meters trying to figure out the speed of those greens. And right now it's at 14. Tournament time should be at 15, and that's fast. It's like putting on concrete, quite frankly. But all of the best names are here. There are also some names you would not recognize, like a 17-year-old kid from Georgia who qualified by shooting 63-63 back-to-back. 17-year-old Mason Howell. He's going to compete here for the very first time. And the story that I think everyone around here is so inspired to see belongs to Matt Vogt, who is a dentist, turned into a golfer, really. He got his start here at Seneca Valley High School playing the golf team. He was a caddy here at Oakmont for 6 years before he decided, well, I'm not good enough, I'll go into dentistry, which he did. But he still had that itch. He wanted to scratch it. He wanted to come back here and try to qualify, and he did, which is a long qualifying process. He was one of only 30 people who made it out of 10,032 who tried. That says a lot. He'll be here for the very first time on an emotional Father's Day weekend, as he is the father of a new 15-month-old baby girl, and unfortunately he lost his father just 2 months ago. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the game's best players, what we may expect from this condition, and what do you think a winning score will be. That's when we come back to Oakmont. This is Eye on the Majors. We're eyeing on 2025 U.S. Open at Oakmont. We'll be back. Welcome back to our Eye on the Majors, eyeing up Oakmont Country Club here in 2025. The place has just been tremendous. It's gone through a lot of renovations, including 24,000 square feet of extra green space over those 18 holes, looking for more pin placements that some of these guys have not seen before, which is why they're out here working so hard. And that includes the #1 ranked player in the world, Scotty Scheffler. He's coming off a May to remember. He won 4 different times in May, including the Memorial, the PGA Championship, and the tournament down at Colonial. So 3 wins, and then on the season 2 others. The guy is red hot, and so everyone expects him to win here. He knows this is going to be a tough challenge, which is why he's spending a lot of time in preparation of round #1.
It's just a different type of test than you see at the Masters. Both of them are fantastic tests. I mean, this is probably the hardest golf course that we'll play maybe ever. And that's pretty much all it is. It's just a different type of test. Like when you miss a green at the Masters, the ball kind of runs away and it goes into these areas, and you can play a bump, you can play a flop. There's different options. Here, when you hit the ball over the green, you're just getting some heavy rough, and it's like, let me see how I can pop the ball out of this rough and somehow give myself a look. It's just a different type of test. And I don't know if one of them's better than the other, but they're just different. And here, the winning score I don't think is going to be what the winning score was at the Masters. It's just different.
Another guy to watch out here is Dustin Johnson. Now, he hasn't played his best golf of late, but he was the winner here in 2016, the last time this event was at Oakmont. So he knows how to get it done. And if you ask him why he won in 2016, well, this is his answer.
I drove it really straight. I I hit a lot of fairways. That was the only reason I shot that well. I don't know. It seems like it's tougher this time around, but that's just maybe with a little bit of added length. It's going to make it a little more difficult. Yeah, somehow I figured out a way to get it under par. It's still a major. It's still the same amount of pressure, no matter where you're playing. But yeah, it's the championship. I'm looking forward to playing in this week, and hopefully can contend.
Another intriguing player to watch is last year's winner, the defending champ of the U.S. Open. That would be Bryson DeChambeau. Man, what a finish at Pinehurst last year. Rory McIlroy missed a little 3-foot putt, which opened the door for DeChambeau. He had to get up and down from 50 yards from a bunker. He said if he had that shot again 10 different times, he'd maybe make it once. Well, in this particular opportunity, he did make it. Within 3 feet, he made the putt. He won that U.S. Open, and now he's back here. And he knows this may be even more difficult than last year.
Yeah, I think everybody knows this is probably the toughest golf course in the world right now, and you have to hit fairways, you have to hit greens, and you have to two-putt. Worst case scenario, when you got those putts inside 10 feet, you got to make them. So it's a great test of golf. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure everybody else is, and I think the person that wins this week is going to hit a lot of fairways and make a lot of putts.
Aside from all those big names, there are also names you may not recognize, and one of them will become a household name when this week is over. Matt Vogt, who used to caddy here at Oakmont for 6 years. He went to Seneca Valley High School, played on the golf team, went to Butler University, played there, but was never really any good to compete on the PGA Tour. However, he had one dream, and that was one day to qualify to play in at least one U.S. Open. Well, he went through the qualifying stages, and lo and behold, he made it this year. And of all places, it's right back here at his old stomping grounds at Oakmont Country Club. And he's doing it on Father's Day weekend, where he is a new dad and a man who just lost his dad 2 months ago.
It's definitely on my mind. Even walking up 9 fairway today after signing some autographs for some little kids, I just kind of looked up and I thought about it. And you have anybody who's lost a parent, you feel these kind of brief spurts of emotion, I think. And I think it's a unique time in my life where, yes, my father passed and I miss him dearly, but I have this beautiful 15-month-old daughter. Oh my gosh. And a wife who supports me in pursuing this and doing these kinds of things. And I thank God every day for them. I really do. I thank God for everything in my life. And I think this weekend's going to be full of gratitude.
Great cast of characters here at Oakmont. You'll be able to see them all week long, Thursday through Sunday. The first tee times on Thursday and Friday are at 6:45 a.m. When we come back, what does the winner get? You'll be impressed, and it's a lot more than a year's supply of Chick-fil-A. That's coming up right here on the Eye on the Majors, U.S. Open Oakmont. Welcome back to Eye on the Majors. Bob Pompeani here at Oakmont Country Club. We get set for the 125th U.S. Open. And the winner is going to get a lot of money. To be exact, $4 million if you win this event. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more, like a 10-year exemption on the U.S. PGA Tour. How about an invitation to the next 5 Masters tournaments, an invitation to the next 5 Open Championships, an invitation to the next 5 PGA Championships, an invitation to the next 5 Players Championships, exempt status on all tours for 5 years, and custody of the U.S. Open Trophy, the Jack Nicklaus Medal, and, most importantly, an honorary membership right here to Oakmont Country Club. How about that? A lot on the line for whoever wins this event. As far as I'm concerned, everyone's going to take Scotty Scheffler. I understand why. He is the odds-on favorite to win. There are a lot of good names here, but I also like to defer in these kinds of events to guys who've been around for a long time. Adam Scott is a guy who should do well here. Justin Rose is another name you should remember. How about Tommy Fleetwood? He has more top 10 finishes in majors the last 5 years than anyone else. He just can't get over the finish line. Maybe this is the week he does it. So those are the people I'll be focusing on. I hope you have a great tournament if you come out here. It's a great place to be, and enjoy Oakmont Country Club on this, the 125th U.S. Open. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Bob Pompeani. We'll see you next week for a U.S. Open wrap-up show where we talk about what happened out here, and there should be some great moments, as there always have been over the past 9 championships. That's going to do it. Have a great week at Oakmont, and we'll see you next week on Eye on the Majors.